call Mr. Michel's car rental at 506-801-CAR.
Previously on Holocaust Unraveled.
His name is Otto Schneiser. Otto, what university do you do all your studies about the Holocaust at?
So I'm the head of the history department at the University of Munich in Germany. We are currently doing studies on the Holocaust and collecting witness reports of the events.
So, by witnesses, do you mean people on the German side, or do you mean survivors of the Holocaust? Because I know that a lot of them have passed away, unfortunately.
Yes, since it is very difficult to collect data, we like to collect it from both sides. While it may sound horrible, even if you were a Nazi, you can still provide historical insight. So if you were alive during the time, we would like to, if possible, have an interview with you, because it's very rare to have that opportunity.
And currently, are you in touch with a survivor of the Holocaust that you've told me before the show?
We were in touch with an author named Elie Wiesel. I'm sure you've heard of his book, Night.
Yes, definitely. I have read that book plenty of times. I hope you guys have considered reading it. It is a great book, by the way.
It's a very good book. Many consider it to be one of the best written memoirs of the Holocaust. Unfortunately, he passed away recently, and that's left quite a gap in our, in our studies, because it was nice to have survivors that we could go and ask questions. But thanks to a collaboration with our partners at the University of McGill in their genealogy department, we found that Mr. Elie Wiesel had a distant relative that was also incarcerated at Auschwitz. His name is Zeke Wiesel. They probably wouldn't have known they were there. They were very distant. But he was liberated by the Russians, and fortunately he is still alive today, and we can conduct interviews with him, which is...
if I may ask, do you guys have like a strict budget on the Holocaust, or is it just government money all the way, just tax money payers? Because I'm sure the people would like to know more on the Holocaust and everything that it comes to.
Most of the time we use grad students to conduct the studies, because to learn about history, even if it is secondhand, is better than thirdhand. So it's better, instead of reading a book, we can get them to conduct an interview with a real Holocaust survivor. And since these people usually have not less baggage with the subject, they're more open, and it helps the survivor open up, because it's really hard to recount such horrific events.
That is true.
So our budgets aren't that big, but we make do.
Well, that is good that you guys are able to do that, and thanks for joining me here in the show, and I will keep in touch with you.
Thank you. Nice to meet you.
Now to our on-scene reporter in Saya, Hungary, is Jason Perez. Jason, how's things in Saya? Jeremy, it's pretty cloudy here in Saya, but later on we're going down to the village to interview Zeke, which is a survivor of the Holocaust. It should be a great interview. See you soon.
Stand by me. If the sky that we look upon should tumble and fall, or the mountain should crumble to the sea, I won't cry, no, I won't shed a tear.
Hi, sir. How's it going? May I come in?
Just follow me.
So, Mr. Wiesel, how are things right now in Santa Maria?
Well, I have to say they've never been more peaceful. I finally had the chance to build a life and a family after the horrific events of the past.
So, that must still bother you today, those events that happened.
Well, yes, it is almost impossible to go through something as horrific as the Holocaust and still remain the same emotionally. I get frequent nightmares and it, it's it's a hard subject to discuss.
So, Mr. Wiesel, if you don't mind, I would like to ask you a few questions concerning the Holocaust, since I have a show and we do a documentary on the Holocaust and its subjects, if you don't mind.
I suppose it will be difficult, but yet, how you say it in English, very necessary, because we do not wish to repeat the sins of the past.
That is correct. Alright, I shall begin with the questions now. Tell me if I need to stop or anything, I will stop asking and I will. Mr. Zeke, what was your relationship with Mr. Eli Wiesel?
Me and Eli never actually came into direct contact. We were distant cousins, but we were living in different villages. Me in Satu Mare and him in Saya. I had met his father once when he was on a business trip. I believe his name was Shlomo Wiesel. I only met him briefly. I doubt he would have remembered. But despite this lack of relation, it appears that our lives took turns that were quite similar, being that in both villages the Germans eventually came and deported all the Jews. It was a very sad time.
Now, how was life in Santa Maria before the war, Mr. Z?
It was pretty much like now. We were working in the fields, trying to cultivate. Not all of us were very good at it, but it it was pretty peaceful, much like it is now. It, good times.
Now, what was it like when the Germans came to Santa Maria?
They were very kind at first, and we accepted them into our home. But they soon began issuing decrees. At first, for 3 days, we were not allowed to exit our houses. During that time, they took all our valuables, made us wear the Star of David afterwards, began segregating us, and finally they put us in ghettos.
And what impression did Auschwitz leave on you?
Well, after the Germans went into the ghettos and rounded us up for deportation. After riding in the cattle cars for days, we finally arrived at Auschwitz and emerged to smell the burning flesh of our fellow Jews and to see the smoke emerging from the furnaces.
Now, Mr. Wiesel, how did you survive there?
Well, survival in Auschwitz was almost entirely based on a prisoner's mindset. You had to have a strong will to survive, to fight for food, and to eat when you could, because one of the greatest risks in Auschwitz was not eating, because you would not have enough energy for work, and if you cannot work, the Germans will quickly get rid of you, because they will no longer have any use for you.
Well, thank you for your time, Zeke. I hope you have rest of a great afternoon, sir.
Thank you.
Pretty woman, walking down the street. Pretty woman, the kind I like to meet. Pretty woman.